Libra. This is for December 2022. Again, it's just a quick check-in just to sort of see where things are at. So what I'm looking at here is just a quick synopsis here. Main cards out are the Hermit, the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and we also have the Four of Cups. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune. These are all clarifiers here, though. And then the Six of Wands is a clarifier. But the Four of Cups, as well as the Nine of Swords, are sort of the main energies here. And again, Page of Wands and everything I've got at the top here. So everything below that would be the clarifiers with the King of Wands, World, and Eight of Swords. So first off, just to give you the synopsis, and then I'll sort of pull things through a little bit further here as we go into it. The first one here with the Hermit card, of course, is a card indicating that you were in a place of just in a thought-provoking place here. So again, I'll just do the synopsis first, and then I'll pull it through here with more detail. But I do feel like your introspective mode here is where you are, but there is going to be some changes coming in here for this month. I do feel a lot of push-pull action. Everything's kind of going back and forth, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, that kind of thing. With the Knight of Swords, again, there's more action, more intellectual, concrete sort of ideas and movement on it with the Knight. And then the Nine of Pentacles, of course, is a card of independence. So I feel like this is certainly a card of, and this combination as well, is certainly going to bode well for finances over the long haul here. But I do suspect that you're waiting on something because, again, with the Hermit mode, it feels like there's still, pullback energy. And then we've got the Knight of Swords, another step forward. Again, Nine of Pentacles, take charge kind of energy. Page of Wands, wanting to go forward. Things are moving ahead. And then you go back to this place of Four of Pentacles, kind of restricting your own energy, what to do with the, where's the money coming from? A lot of anxiety going on here with the Nine of Swords. Still around family issues, something around the home front, things around stability and all of your, anything that represents areas of, again, stability or like safe zone, whatever that is for you, like things that you feel are give you something concrete to hang on to. Further out though, I mean, there's this period of sadness with the Four of Cups and feeling a little, like you're a little desolate, like there's not much to look forward to here. Something's not coming through. There's a bit of a period, a low ebb here in the month of December, but then there's this victory that comes through, and I think it kind of surprises you because out of the blue is the Wheel of the Year. So this is the Wheel of Fortune, of course, and this is definitely some kind of cycle of luck is changing for you. And again, this is a general read, so for all of you, it's going to speak a little different. I think for some of the months there, for some of you, the cards were actually reading that some of you have manifested something and some of the money was coming through. Others, you're still in a waiting process here. But I do feel as, again, push-pull energy, a lot is still kind of unfolding yet. But you're still making progress, and that's what counts. So again, with that Hermit energy, just to kind of pull everything forward here, the Hermit energy, as I said, is still a card of being a lot more introspective, trying to figure things out. I do feel like there is a lot of energy around ideas, psychological kind of movements or advances here that are helping you to stabilize again, because you've got so many end cards again, like the Wheel of, okay, granted, this is just a clarifier, but the Wheel of the Year is further out. So it's not right here, but you do have the victory coming in the month of December for some of you. Because we are still working through some really, negative or heavier energy here in the month of December, in around, looks like family members or around family, or those that you consider family. And again, sort of that stability is missing there. Or I shouldn't say stability is missing, because it's not that I feel it's missing. It feels like you're waiting on something, and there's a lot of anxiety around something around the home front here. And again, I am kind of honing in on children here with the Four of Cups. There's just the picture of her looking onward to a child. It just feels like there is something here with a low ebb and some concern. But again, whatever that situation is, there's victory around it. And again, it's related around family here as well. And again, there's more focus on the child here with the Page of Wands, being very closed off. For some of you, this might very well represent a child where the energy of that child is very restricted, or the relationship is very restricted. But again, there's sort of a push-pull sort of feel. So this is general energy, doesn't have to be career finance, although I do tend to focus on that, but I'll try to read it a few different ways here. Just so that we are fleshing more of the cards out for more of the detail. But Again, Knight of Swords. This is a conclusive card, the World. This is end cycle energy. It's along the lines of really seeing something culminate. Something is starting to round up. You've got a lot of cards here. Like I said, the Knight is still taking action, but this is action that's forming based on, you know, intellectual thought or ideas and moving on those ideas for independence. And I do feel like there is, again, there's more of a dynamic here with a child as well as somebody who is more of a mature energy, quite well off. And certainly this could be, you know, standing as one person, representing one person with that the King of Wands energy and the Nine of Pentacles. But this is definitely somebody who's very well off. So whether this is you in the, you know, in the future outcome here, because right now I see a lot of independence. I see a lot of good ideas and things that are being acted upon, but it's incrementally. It's back and forth, back and forth. Again, Page of Wands could represent a child for some of you here as well, but there's a very closed off energy. So wanting to move forward with a whole bunch of ideas, a lot of psychological kind of angst or things that you're really working through, but again, still pulled back energy, again, also with the Hermit card. So we also have the energy, like I say, of some kind of a victory. Could be in around a child or in around something this month here is coming through weird. It's indicating there's a cycle of change here that is going to put you into sort of more of a luckier phase. And also with that Nine of Pentacles, that's where it's really starting. There's a turning point, maybe even right in the middle of December. For some of you, again, it might be a little further out, but I do see Nine of Pentacles and the King of Wands being a period of some kind of beneficial success. This is something where you're on top of the world, feeling a lot more independent. This is energy where there's movement, but there's also some kind of realization that you have achieved something. So, you know, as I say, I mean, the Wheel of Fortune energy, you know, even though this is just a clarifier, but that Wheel of Fortune energy still is luck riding with you. It is a connection to luck and destiny, all of those things. So this is where there's synchronicities. Maybe you're seeing a lot more 10-10, 11-11, you know, anything like that. Maybe it's more feathers, maybe more dimes, whatever it is for you. But there is definitely a turning point here that is going to relate toward your stability here with that Four of Wands energy. Still a lot of energy around Wands. So there is definitely a lot of excitement. There's more excitement coming through. And it's almost like there's excitement you know, your, how do I say, when we start out with that Hermit and then we kind of move into action. So it's, again, push pull. There's this energy of I'm pulling back, I've done a step forward. I'm pulling back into this independent nature and trying to take charge of my life. I'm really excited about it. And then I'm somehow pulled back again and I have to work through something here that's in around my stability or in around my home front. Could be in around a child here as well that seems to be relevant. Sorry, I hope my phone is still on here. But what I'm getting at here is overall that, you know, that cycle is about to change here. Again, because we do have this further out to look forward to. It is that Wheel of Fortune. So Wheel of Fortune, as I said, is where there is going to be justice for you. You are discovering your life purpose. I feel like you are going to take this risk in some way, even though you're still kind of back and forth with the momentum aspect of things. But I do feel like, you know, you're reevaluating, you know, what it is that you want out of life here with the Hermit card. And I feel like you're willing to go, you know, into action here with the Knight of Swords. I feel like you're fleshing out some of the ideas, some of the details of a situation here, because the Knight of Swords is still in that energy of, you know, kind of looking for a clear-cut idea of how to pinpoint what you're looking for. So, I mean, I just feel like there's a lot more movement coming through here, even though you're on a bit of a roller coaster to a certain extent. I feel like you're afraid to kind of spend some money here. And even though there is something that is going to give you the sense that you're breaking free of that, but you are preparing for something here. And the other part of it is too, like I say, when we take a look at some of the cards, like with the, again, like for example, the Knights are all about that action, moving something ahead here. Plus we also have that Page of Wands, which is definitely calling through something here, which is in around money. And normally the Four of Cups can be, or Four of Pentacles, sorry, can be an energy of something that is definitely, you know, boding well for your finances. It's definitely something's coming through. I do feel like there is a sense of stability here in the month of December, but it's almost like there is a restricted sense of stability. So you're still stable, but it feels like there's still a little bit of anxiety in around how you are maybe moving forward, but you're not quite there yet, is what I would like to say. But your cycle of luck is changing, like I say. So just to kind of jump it ahead here again, if we were to talk about let's go into, well, we know the Nine of Swords is you worrying, staying up at night, and just kind of, overanalyzing things, that kind of thing. Analysis paralysis sort of falls into that kind of area. But there is still that energy, Knights and Pages, where there's a lot of thoughts, there's a lot of movement. There's a situation here where I do feel like you have an idea that you're sort of birthing, I guess, or you're willing to work on those ideas. You're willing to move those ideas ahead either way. But I just feel like it's new projects, new ideas, I don't really see a new job here, but I definitely feel like this is something you're working on that is for whoever this resonates for. But again, you've got a King here and you've got independence with that Nine of Pentacles. So somewhere in about the middle of the month, there's something that is likely to be coming through. Could be a little further out, as they say, for some of you, but there's a closure or a completion on a couple of different fronts here. Not only because I see the World card, but some cycle that has been a hard one. With the Swords, of course, that's always a little bit more of a challenging mental, it's almost like there's aggression or something, maybe even between, an older person with a younger person. And again, whether this is in business or on a personal level, but there is still the energy of that cycle is closing up. You're almost at the end of it for everything. We've got the Nine of Swords here, and there was also like I say, the World card, which is an end card. We've got the Eight of Swords. So these are cards that really have finalized something. And then, of course, the very end card, which is still just a clarifier. It's a little further out, but that's the Wheel of the Year. So that is something to look forward to. But there is a little bonus or something in it here for the month for you with that Nine of Pentacles, as well as the King of Wands. So again, for some of you, this, and again, there's going to be like sort of three different tiers of you. Some of you are going to be already in the mode of entrepreneur and seeing a vision and achieving your goals and self-starter, all of that. And others of you are just going to be promoted into a particular existing career situation, or you're able to move something ahead that you were working on that, sort of finalizes things to a point where you're able to move it forward. But again, I feel like you're just a little restricted on how the money is going to be spent. I don't feel like you're ready to just, with all confidence, build on this new leadership or this sense of leadership, because for some of you, it is taking that leadership role and feeling a lot more independent, but still not ready to move ahead financially or invest in something wholeheartedly. There's a lot of boldness though in this reading. There's a lot of take charge energy, but again, there's a back and forth sort of energy as well. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I do feel like there's some boundaries being put up possibly here as well around a young person, boundaries around the family or the home front, something like that. But I do feel like you are still in a positive energy here, even though it's a very cautious energy is what I would say. But I feel like you're really going on a journey here. There's a lot of self-reliance and a lot more confidence, even though, again, it's back and forth, back and forth. So you're feeling this period of I'm on top of the world, back here. You're doing the internal work here, the psychological sort of, deeper wisdoms to work through an issue, and then you're back to I'm stressed about something around the family. There's something that's happening there, but the outcome is a Six of Wands. So you definitely have a victory here. So if there is something that's going on with a child, this is a positive, because the victory is in that there is a cycle that's changing over, and it is a positive one that's coming out for you. And it seems to be around, like I say, your stability, your home front. The other part, as I say, is just it's an improvement in the month of December, but again, you're not really quite seeing it as an improvement. Maybe it's a small incremental sort of win, but further out you've got luck changing, and it does seem to be in around your home base and around possibly a child here as well. But whatever that is for you, for some of you, like I say, you're still working on a particular idea, but you're kind of fleshing out the psychological elements of it before it can really improve, but it's back and forth, back and forth. But I feel like you want to just jump in with something with that Page of Wands. But again, then you go back to this, no, I can't, I'm not ready. It's really not quite in a place of, there's a lot of spirit, there's a lot of ready to move on something, conquering kind of energy with that Knight of Swords, but it's still something back and forth here. It is also, you know, that you feel like you've got the ability to overcome your obstacles here. You know, I feel like you're quite intellectual and you're really able to, you know, think about a number of ideas and work on something and really bring it out to a level of, I don't want to say conclusive energy, but I mean, because I do see the world here, I feel like something is being, like you're almost about ready to move this into action is kind of what I want to say there, because the Wheel of Fortune is still just about, it's just an inch away from you, and you are right at the Knight of Swords. And like I say, the World card is just a little further out, because the energy you're still kind of stuck in would be, and I shouldn't say stuck because it's really still pretty positive, is the Hermit and the Knight of Swords, you know, doing the mind work to kind of stabilize your internal psychological elements, and then the Knight of Swords still around the mind, but also ready to kind of project yourself into something. You know, whether this is ideas, workshops, whatever, taking, you know, taking control of something in a media sense as well with the World card, something that's a little more broad-minded. But again, I feel like there's a lot more ambition around you. Even though you're not fully immersed into the energy, it feels like back and forth, as I say, but your efforts will eventually pay off here in a big way, because we've got Nine of Pentacles and we've also got the King of Wands. So this is big energy money. So is the Four of Pentacles. And again, even though that's sitting around saving, well, I shouldn't say sitting around, that's a good thing, but saving for sure, or wanting to save, but you're still in this place of, I'm really excited about my idea. I really want to get, you know, put something into action. You know, but it's also, you know, it's an opportunity for you to take advantage of something that is going to be lucrative over the long haul. And for sure, I do feel like there's some money coming in here in the month of December. I just feel like there's a lot of energy of, you know, I want to be excited about things, but I can't. You know, I want to be able to move. Really, I'm really excited about where I'm going in this direction, but I've got to remain, you know, practical. It's that kind of feel back and forth. It's like a childlike wonder, and then, you know, and then going back into this grounded mode of, no, you know, keep things under wraps. You know, just try to stay centered, grounded, that kind of thing. So that is just a little bit of it here. I might just go through a little bit more here. Like I say, with that Four of Pentacles energy, it's still really a little further out here yet, but Four of Pentacles is also a card of not just, hanging on to your money and trying to do more practical things with it, but it does speak to money that is kind of under wraps here. You know, it's a strong financial base that is, I really feel, especially in, like I say, that combination of cards, to go from the Nine of Pentacles feeling fairly abundant and stable, still got some ideas coming through here, very excited, but again, you're kind of holding back your energy here, but I would say that you're going to outweigh the restrictions around you with a number of strong cards here, because I do see Knights of Swords want to just take action. They want to get right out there. And again, with that World card, you are at the conclusion of something, so you pretty much, there's a success under your belt to a certain degree here very shortly after this Knight of Swords, because you're feeling like you're fairly independent, like you've got an idea of where you're going here. This is a leadership quality with that King of Wands. So you have something that's going to be bringing in some finances for you. In the long-term sense, yes, it's there. In the short-term sense, I feel there's a little bit trickling in here, but it's just, sorry, my light went out, so I'm just going to turn that back on. But I do feel like overall, I just feel like you've got a lot more to look forward to here coming into the new year. Because as I said, your cycles are changing here with that Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of the Year, sorry, I don't know if my car is going to, anyway, I'm just en route. So again, with the Four of Pentacles energy, you know, I feel like you're actually laying the foundation out here still to some degree, because I see it right beside the Four of Wands. So Four of Wands, still laying out the foundation, but, you know, again, you've got to work through a little bit of the emotional crisis here, or around whatever this childlike energy is here. Maybe some of you are in a space of you're worried about something that maybe in around a child here, or you might be worried about something in around something from the past, you know, or childlike aspect of yourself, something along that line. But either way, you're having a victory over it. You're not clinging. This is you actually, getting past whatever this down cycle is here, toward the end of that month. But I mean, there is, like I say, there with the world card as well as that Wheel of Fortune energy. I mean, I feel like, and then even with the Four of Pentacles there, I mean, it's a sense that, you haven't, I mean, if we're talking about kind of a relationship, again, this could be, even in a relationship with, young person or younger, connection. Doesn't have to be a love relationship necessarily, but there is sort of that idea as well that there's a sense of discontent around a particular relationship here as well. And I do feel like it's causing you a lot of anxiety actually, but I feel like you're somehow I don't want to say just overcoming it, but somehow keeping it at bay. Like you're somehow still in control of I mean, for sure, control over your own emotions and that kind of thing, and the emotional downside of things. You still have leverage in a lot of different ways here. It's not really out of your control. So many good cards here. The main ones, of course, would be really the Hermit, because the Hermit really brings you to a stage of deep wisdom. But also the fact is, even though these are further out major arcana with the Wheel of the Year and the World, you're not quite in that end cycle yet, but you're pretty close because you've got the Nine of Pentacles and you've got the Nine of Swords. Hard-won battles for sure. Nine of Pentacles, feeling a lot of independence, feeling a little bit alone here, again, because it's very close to the Swords and the Hermit. But I just feel like you're not willing to repeat old patterns. You might be still kind of clinging to some issues here, like I said, throughout the month of December, but things will improve, for sure with that, with the Six of Wands. So I know it's kind of general energy, but I mean, that is still really promising sort of cycles coming in for you. And again, like you're so close to the end here, whatever is coming in for January, I suspect is going to be very lucrative. There's just too many things that are moving in your direction here. Like I say, even with the mental distress that you might be experiencing with that Nine of Swords energy, and whether this is a little bit of depression or a little low ebb, like I say, I mean, what do they say? It's just a moment. It's just a moment in your mind that you're holding yourself back. There's nothing that's really preventing you from making changes or changing your belief or changing your life in some way here. You're very empowered, even though you're feeling like you're trapped by a situation in some respect here. So, I mean, psychologically, for sure, this could also indicate just having a lot more, even on a health level, whether this is feeling hopeless, like you can't control a situation, or whether you've got more migraines or anxiety, anything like that sort of falls around drama-filled situations. Again, even could be around a younger person, or again, for some of you, just in around the home front period. But there is definitely strong home front connection here, and your home base seems to be where there's a lot of the worry. But too many cards suggesting that you have something in the wings going for you here that is going to turn everything around. So I want to go into just that last part there with the Wheel of Fortune, or the Wheel of the Year rather. But the Wheel of the Year, like I say, I mean, this is a closing off of a cycle, and especially too because we have the World card here. So these are cards that are really indicating you have made some significant advancement and changes in your life that have brought you to, this, even though you're not feeling it yet, but there's some real lessons that that are tied to this, this stage in your life. There's some real lessons that are bringing about this sense of, I am actually whole. I am actually enough. This is a successful end or achievement. It's both these three of the cards really speak to that. And you do have a happy family life coming in here at some point, but you're just not seeing it yet. And again, maybe that's because these cycles haven't fully closed out, because a lot of you are still in this period of the nine. So, of the nines, the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, like there's still a lot of anxiety kind of in around finances and all of that as well. But these are cycles that are changing for the better. This is changes in your life that you've grown into these changes, is what that would speak to. So, you know, destiny has sort of shaped your world right now, and there's kind of a renewal of your energy that's taking place. And I think because of that deeper spiritual sort of connection, again, with the Nine of Swords and all of that, it's just taking some time because you have to have a little bit of adjustment to this new positive future. And especially if you've been in a really negative cycle, it takes a little bit of time to kind of work through, can I trust the energy? Can I trust that I am moving into, you know, moving out of stagnation and moving into a cycle of success? You know, where I'm actually going to continue to grow in a positive direction. It's really hard to trust that energy when you're still hanging on to, like I said, the negative or the less than favorable sort of aspects of the residual of those hard cycles. So, but again, Wheel of the Year is a definite positive. This is, again, a clarifier. It's further out, but there is going to be some really big, significant changes coming about for the Libras that this resonates for. And as I say, I mean, to me, it's kind of the culmination of everything with the High Priestess and the Magician and all of that, that kind of energy, because it really is, and especially with the Hermit, I mean, oh my God, this is, and it does speak to sort of autumn, but it is good luck. Like I said, it's good luck. It's transformation because of all of the energies that you're kind of working through. And again, it's almost like you just need to release something here first with that Hermit and the Eight of Swords. You need to release something first before all of this comes in and changes. You are so close to the finish line before this new set of challenges, because there will be a challenge for every new cycle, but you know, you're upgraded in some way here, so you're going to be able to handle whatever the new challenges are because you have all this knowledge that kind of presupposes the situation. So it's a fortuitous event, and as I say, it's just you moving into a really positive, Jupiter focused, fortunate you know, time that's. But a lot of this is due to, you know, like I say, cycles that are closing out now. So there's still a lot of energy that's starting to come through here for you. There's energy, there's excitement, there's a sense of you preparing is what I would say there. But again, you're just clinging to some of this old energy, and I think that's just what's holding things back a little bit here. But it is just about to change because there is a cycle rhythm that is shifting here for you with the Wheel of the Year. Okay, Libra, so that's what I have for you for, again, the month of December. Just a little going off here. Anyway, just wanted to let you know that I will do a couple of random reads, probably a little bit more on the line of um, the more specific questions, I guess is what I want to say there. So, but for the random, this is what I've got for you, and hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight. Have a great day, keep moving forward, and never give